this is Christelle Martinette, and I have another reading for you. I'm going to call it the weekend reading, and it's a mixed rune tarot reading, an oracle card. I'm doing this because I had a call from a dear friend last night, and there were certain things happening, and at the same time, during the last 3 days, I had the same messages come in through my email from subscribers, and speaking of the same thing, so I'm thinking, well, let me make a special reading on this, because we need some clarity here. I have a bag of tricks here, and a silk cloth that has like a spider web, to honor Thanksgiving. We're repeating, to honor Halloween coming up. Let's see what we have. Let's see what we have, if I can get the light. A little more light. Just a second. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay, there are several things, and it is, we're talking about here. There is a gradual development. It's so gradual it looks like it's going backwards, but the person involved in your life, the person who you are aiming your sights on, is an extremely important person in your life, no matter how long it takes. There's something to be said that, first of all, the person is, I don't want to say preordained or destined, no. There is a lesson here to be learned, no matter how long you spend with this person. But it's very, very important. Now, what have I been hearing these last few days? I've been hearing, what is going on? This person has just made an about face. What is going on? I don't understand. The communication has completely stopped. Well, first be advised that this is a person who's extremely important. We have a weird here, the rune weird, and next to a timing rune, which talks about slowly but surely gradual development, and it works in harmony, and you have to trust in the universe for that. However, what I'm getting here is also a number of things that put a halt on your enthusiasm, and it has to do mainly with that person. First of all, that person is in a very sad place, an extremely sad place. And the way they deal with it may take its toll on you, because they may be lying to you, they may be, hiding or shifting and sliding, but they are really in a sad, sad place. They are, but at the same time, the runes are telling me that you can rely on this person. This is a person that, regardless of the lies that they are telling you now, this is a person that is truly a person that you can depend on, and who will be protecting you ultimately. Okay? It sounds contradictory, but also in this person's life, they have aborted plans. They have, let me see if I can show you a little bit. Okay, there you go. There are aborted plans because they had some kind of economic issue at hand. Whatever they were working on, all of a sudden has taken a standstill, and that is worrying them as well. But what do we have here in the future position? In the future position, we have stepped up communication, which is quite a turnaround compared to what has been going on now. Enthusiasm, there's a lot of inspiration here. And it pertains to the male especially, because the male in the relationship, or the male role in the relationship, will be then coming out. And walking in truth, because it will be a turn, it will be about face compared to what you're experiencing now. Also, he will be having advice. He'll be taking advice from people near him. He'll be requesting advice. It could be from a therapist. It could be from friends. It could be from co-workers, from colleagues, from partners. But they will be, and I tend to think it's a male, be asking for advice. And that will be the thing that helps him the most. And again, I feel this is a man. And we also have Vera. Vera is telling us that things that you have worked on in the past, the results of what you have, your plants your seeds that you've planted, will be coming forth. Things will be sprouting. Things will be coming up. There's a promise of success here, but it's success that you yourself has earned. Now, there is a definite here. 4 different phases. There is a phase, an initial phase when there was an open communication, very fertile ground, a lot of signs of hope. That gave way in a very short time to this closure and seemingly being put on hold, or extending the time period that you thought that the relationship would develop. All right, now, again, the one person in this story, there's one person, the male, and I'm thinking it is a male, is the person who's really, really hurting. They're between a rock and a hard place. And although they have the promise of success in their midst, they right now, for varying different reasons, we'll take the tarot on that. They're in a bad place. But then again, there is success in the future and opening communication right after the males, have to contend with their own personal problems, and then they'll come around. All right, let me take I have here the Wild Unknown Tarot that I have used often in the past, and I thought it would be fitting as a complement to the runes. They come from the same wild nature. Okay. All right. I have here in the very beginning, all right, after the beginning, there's 5 of coins here. You can see the wilted rose there. Things just went awry. I'll take another card on that. Yes, the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles, this is a person that you're dealing with who is on firm economic ground, let's put it that way, compared to you, let's say. Okay, so wealth is always relative, but compared to you, they are on firmer ground. And the timing and the slowing up and the fated meeting, the reminder of being a fated meeting. I have the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, the Page of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. Now, these come out as male-female in these cards, which is quite fitting. And the Knight comes out as being the man again. Okay, so it is an issue. It's a male issue, and the Page of Wands tells us that, it gives us inspiration, tells us, look, there is something underway, there are energies underway that have to be dealt with, and especially the male side to the story needs to contend with. Now comes that area, the dark area, and what do I have here? I've got the 7 of Pentacles and the 5 of Swords. All right, there are regrets. At the same time that there are regrets, there is also planting and strategizing and scheming mainly in the economic department here. There's a mixed blend of nothing that has to do with you economically. All right, you just met this person, you just, by chance met them, or you hooked up again with them, or you have been seeing them and all of a sudden things have changed. Then we have something in that person's life, again, I'm stressing that the male figure, where on the one hand they are having regrets for the way they've acted, and this is in your respect, and on the other hand, there's that fervent need to deal with economic problems that they are having. Okay, and lo and behold, when I say have faith, because the future with the Vera and Anzus, we have the Two of Cups. Okay, the Two of Cups. So perhaps this is a spread that's telling us that we need to really keep the faith and try to close one eye. I want to take my Vera Sibilla as well here, and especially on this area of the economic difficulty and the regrets. Okay. Yes, the regrets have to do with intimacy, Imeneo. But lo and behold, there will be help on its way. The monocle out to sea and the female, the maid, the house servant. Right? There will be things coming in. I'm going to take 3 Sibilla on the. We had the female servant, the female maid, housemaid, and now we have the male domestic coming out. And there's the woman with child, la donna maritata, the woman who has responsibilities and who is protective, almost to a fault with regard to that person. Now things change with respect to this attitude that you will be keeping, because you just don't, your mind is discombobulated, you just don't know what went down. Now, whereas the male domestic here hides things and is a sort of sly son of a gun, the female housemaid is always a helper, is always viewed positively. Now, it's sort of ironic that the hidden things from you come out in a moment when they're telling you to, things will be slow in coming. It is a fated encounter. This is a very important person for a life lesson for you, but they're hiding something from you right now. And what it has to do with is, first of all, the way they're acting to you concerns their regrets with respect to you. And at the same time, they're hiding things that have to do with their livelihood activity that they're not so proud about. Okay? And then, let's go, why not, 3 Sibilla cards on the Two of Cups card. And what do we have? We have the male lover. I would have expected it. And the letter. And the deliranti, these crazy people. Now, this is telling me that, because as you recall, there's Anzus, which is speaking, talking, communication. I would have expected to see conversation come out here, but I'm getting a letter, and right next to the letter, deliranti, very nervous energy with respect to communication from that person. So that is, if you've had this and experienced this recently with them, be advised that it is because of the situation that they're undergoing with respect to their own livelihood and activity that they don't want to make you a party to right now. They're not proud of it. They just don't want to keep that. They want to keep it to themselves. All right. I'm going to take one more tarot, the World. Okay, and I'll close it at that. The tarot, the World in this deck. Beautiful. ladies and gentlemen, I do hope, the world means it comes full circle, and the runes were cast in a circular fashion, and it does come full circle. I do hope this helps. I'll give it the name this weekend, Weekend Rune Cast, okay? And maybe in the future I can cast some more with the added tarot and oracle cards whenever I have time to do that. Namaste, my dear followers and friends. I do hope this has helped. Please calm down and relax, and let's give ourselves time to spend with ourselves and improve our own personal life, and let's just do things that we'll enjoy. It was a pleasure to read with you. Namaste, my friends. Till we meet again. Bye-bye. This is Christelle Martinette.